What's up, guys? It's your boy Spider back for another Umamusume video. So today we're going to be breaking down FUJI, I'm going to say this horribly, FUJI Kiseki, as well as the Majiro Ryan's SSR support card. But before we get started though, I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys could drop me a like, comment, subscribe. Would really help me out trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We're almost right already at the end of the year. Only got 100. I know it's a bit of a pipe dream at this point, but like any kind of support would really help me out. And I would truly appreciate it. But with that being said, let's get right into what you guys are here for. Should he summon? So, to be honest, I don't really know yet, but we're gonna be taking a look and we'll figure it out together. You know, I don't know too much about this Uma, but she looks pretty cool. But alright, let's go ahead and take a look. So, FUJI Kiseki, Shooting Star Review. Don't know how to say that correctly. So, she has 96 speed, 88 stamina, 97 power, 82 guts, and 87 wit as her starting stats here. She has an A rank in turf tracks, F in dirt, so she's horrible in dirt, only really works in turf. Distances, B for sprint, A for mile, B for medium, and E for long. So basically you can make it work in sprints, mediums. She's really good already off the bat on miles, and she's complete dog shit on long. For styles, she has a C in front, A for pace, C for late, and then G for ends. Very similar to distances here. It's going to be a lot harder to make her work in front and late, but it is potentially somewhat doable since it is only C, but B is a little bit easier to make that work with. Otherwise, you're going to probably just keep her as a pace chaser here. Now her growth rate, she has 20% for power and 10% for wit. Also, pretty good stats. Or pretty good, I'd say, positions where you want to have your growth rate. So, her unique skill here, Lights of Vaduaville. I'm gonna hope I said that right. Greatly increased velocity with a dazzling display when just breaking out of the pack toward the front on the final straight. So very in line with Pace Chaser right there. Now our potential skills here, which are basically based off her ascension. You got level 2, shifting gears, 160 skill points. Slightly increased passing ability when positioned toward the front mid-race, so Pace Chaser will count. Big Sisterly at 120 skill points. Increases passing ability for mile races. We have mile corners here at 100 skill points, slightly increased velocity on our corner for mile races as well. And finally, at the final one here, Race Planner at level 5, costs 180 skill points, decreases fatigue mid-race as a pace chaser. So honestly, pretty good stuff. Basically increasing her speed, helping her pass other Umas, and then also giving her some extra stamina recovery, which is always great. So honestly, not too bad. And then, you know, she's clearly a pace chaser Uma. Low-key, what am I summoning for her? But I don't know, we'll see, because she, you know, she does kind of look a little bit nice, right? And this is a support card here for Majiro Ryan. So here's her career event, Unyielding, increases ability to fight back when passed by another runner on the final corner. This would be really good for front runners, and I think pace chasers technically as well. This would probably work, but it is a guts card, right? And guts isn't really that great at the current moment, but at least this career event here for what it gives sounds kind of good, actually. Sounds kind of good. Now let's take a little bit more detail as to what FUJI here does, right? Here's her innate skills here. So we have trick front, slightly increased fatigue for rush runners behind when positioned toward the front mid-race. We got a big spirit, slightly increased passing ability for miles, and then preferred position, slightly decreased fatigue mid-race as a pace chaser. Following that, we already went over her awakening skills. Then we have the evolve skills here. So win the mile. So you basically have to win the mile championship, or get at least 2 skills for mile aptitude. And you have to have at least 150,000 fans. Now, to be honest, I don't really know if both these conditions have to be met, or if it's only like one of these and you basically are good to go, because there's no like other like or here. But I'm gonna assume, like, as I've been doing the last couple of videos, you probably have to get like one of these ors, and then including this as well, I'd assume. But this one does buff Big Sisterly. And Big Sisterly, this one is the increasing passing ability for mile races, but now gets upgraded to Sparkling Top Star. So also has the mile restriction, but for any mile races, if you're about to overtake somebody, your speed will greatly increase. So basically she just gets a speed boost as well, on top of being able to have an easier time to pass another runner. Now next one here for Race Planner, you have to participate in the Kiko show, or get at least 2 skills for pace aptitude, and you have to have at least 800 speed. And then basically this one transforms. So originating a Race Planner, decreases your fatigue mid-race as a pace chaser. Now the upgraded version is Entertainer. Leader, at a random point during the middle of the race, if you're the first of the pack, your speed will increase and your stamina will recover. Now I'm not too sure what it means by leader here. But I'm guessing it just means, like, as it says, you know, first of the half of the pack. So if you're a pace chaser, that'll probably still count, I'm assuming. But you do get a speed boost and stamina recovery, which is actually really, really good in my opinion. So you literally get 2 for the price of 1. Then we have another version of it where you have to get at least 800 power or at least 3 speed type skills, and you have to have at least 800 wit. This one transforms into for a sparkling miracle, and if you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the middle part of the race, or middle half of the race, your speed will increase and your stamina will slightly recover. So it sounds like a bit of a weaker version. Yeah, it sounds like a weaker version of Entertainer. I think Entertainer is a bit better, but and then like for a sparkling miracle doesn't sound as good because it also does say random, right? So not really that great, whereas this one's guaranteed, right? Well, can't really say that because it does say random point, right? But I don't know, I feel like Entertainer is like a little bit better in my opinion. And then we went over, okay, so here's our skills from event. So these are going to be some of the skills that she's going to be able to grab. So we have Disorientate, slightly narrow the field of view for runners behind when positioned toward front late race as a pace chaser. So basically anybody that is going to be a late runner or end runner is going to get a debuff. She has Prepare to Pass, slightly increased ability to break out of the pack on the final corner as a pace chaser. Unyielding Spirit, slightly increased passing ability for mile races. And Preferred Position, slightly decreased fatigue mid-race as a pace chaser. So honestly not too bad. Now going to her races here. So we have the usual Junior Make Debut. Then we have place 5th or better on the Asahi High Futurity Stakes. Then we have place 5th or better on the Yayoi Show. Then we have place 5th or better in the Satsuki Show. Then we have place 5th or better in the NHK Mile Cup. It does say alternative objective can occur. So okay, so it looks like some of these races you have the option to switch them out. So instead of on the 5th turn or whatever, not turn but 5th like main race you have to do, right? You can either do the NH Mile Cup, or you could, if you change your dialogue options basically, or if you choose a different dialogue option, it'll swap to place 5th or better in the Tokyo Yushin Japanese Derby. And then the same thing happens for the Kikasho. You either do Kikasho, or you could transfer it to place 3rd or better in the Mile Championship. So you can swap it up if you really want to. But going on from there, then you're stuck with the place 3rd or better in the Takamatsunomiya Kinen. And then we have place 3rd or better in the Yasuda Kiden. And then we have place 1st in the Tennosho Autumn. And finally, you're ending it off with participate in the Army Kennen. So, you know, there you go. If any of these races interest you, you know, like I just said, there it is. So far from one, at least for my opinions, what I've gathered from this Uma for what she has, I think she's not a bad Uma. I don't think she's like super crazy, but she doesn't seem like too bad to me. Granted, since nobody's really talked about her, I'm gonna assume she's more of like not a bad Uma, because like her skills don't seem that bad to me. She seems just like a generically, I'm an okay Uma is my vibe that I get from her. Like she's like all right, but not super crazy. Now let's head over to the support card. So going down, let's take a look at it as 0 dupes, and then we'll take a look at it at max dupes. So 0 dupes, we have a unique effect here of increases power gain when training together by 1. We have increased skill point gain when training together by 1. Friendship bonus 20%, increased effectiveness of friendship training. We have mood effect 40%. Race bonus 5%, fan bonus 15%, specialty priority 35%, hint level 1, not that great, hit frequency 20%, also not that great. MLB, we're looking at 25% friendship bonus, 50% mood effect, which sounds pretty good, race bonus 10%, which is always great, fan bonus 20%, also not bad. Specialty priority 50, sounds pretty good. Hit level 2, a bit better, not super great. Hit frequency 30%, that's the same thing, better but not super great. Guts bonus 1, and then finally initial friendship gauge 30, which is pretty useful to help you, you know, get to rainbows faster. So overall, for to get to MLB and what it gives you, not too bad, not too crazy. Now support hints. She doesn't have a lot, which technically can be a good thing. So you have a bit more of like a, you know, focusing what your actual hints go to, right? But these are going to be the skills that she gives hints for. Wet conditions, a moderately increased performance on good, soft, and heavy ground. Rainy days, same thing, but only for rainy weather. Up tempo, slightly increased positioning ability when positioned toward the front mid race. Medium races, and finally medium straightaway, slightly increased velocity on a straight medium races. So basically, better positioning, more speed, and then your performance just being better on if you're, you know, going through rainy weather or good, soft, heavy ground conditions. And then she gives you 1 stat or 1 speed, 1 power, and 6 guts. And then these are going to be skills that you get from just like doing the event of the card, right? But like no discount. We have Pace Chaser Savvy, moderately increases ability to get in a good position as a Pace Chaser. Unyielding, increases ability to fight back when passed by another runner on the final corner. Medium races, not too bad. And finally, Pace Strategy, slightly recover endurance when passed by another runner mid-race. That one's like, okay. It can work for some Umas, but it's not super crazy. But yeah, so from these hints, you know, they don't seem that crazy to me. They seem okay. There's like some decent stuff here, but like nothing that's like super groundbreaking in my opinion. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tier list now. You know, I love using the wiki here because, you know, a bit more details from people that have been playing the game for like, you know, way longer than I have. So it's gonna be great. As usual, 1 means not that great, and 5 means really good. Alright, so going over for Fuji here, you know, this girl, going on the little thing here they have for her. So her ratings are 3 as a Pace Chaser, so down the middle, so not super crazy, but also not super bad. Team Trials 5 as a mild Pace Chaser, so she's really good. She's meta, so she's really good for that. And as a parent, she's 4, which is also really, really good. That basically means she's almost meta. So honestly, pretty good Uma to summon for if you really like her. Definitely got a lot of good aspects out of it. So, going to a little blurb here. Fuji is basically a clone of Aguri. That's interesting, which seems to be a bit true now that I'm thinking about it. She has a similar unique pace heal and a gold mile speed skill instead of a generic gold excel skill. You can use her in mile CMs if you want. Her unique is 0.25 when inherited, making it quite good. Not too sure what that means by her unique is 0.25. Let's see, what does the unique say again? Greatly increases velocity with a dazzling display when breaking out of the pack toward the front on the final course. So I guess maybe you get like a 0.25 extra speed increase, I guess is what that's saying. Not 100% sure. But yeah, basically they're just saying, yeah, she's not like a bad Uma if you really want to go for her. She's pretty good, but she's not like super must meta, like you want to get her really, really badly, right? But yeah, honestly, not half bad. A lot of really good stats all around the board for the most part. So yeah, at least for in terms of for Fuji here, if you really want to get her, you're not walking away with like a bad Uma. She's pretty good. Now, that's not to say that you need to get her, right? Because you don't have to, right? She's not like super meta like that. And at the same time, as always, in this game, just pull for who you want in terms of Umas, right? Support cards are what matter a little bit more, but at the same time, you know, just pull for what Umas you want, right? But speaking of support cards, let's take a look at the support card tier list. So they're considering the Measure Orion one on MLB at A tier. So they're considering it to be quite good, actually. Now mind you, right, it is guts, so you don't really need to go out of your way for it now. And if anything, I would say probably don't worry about it. But yeah, it is considered A tier, so it's actually quite good. At MLB, right? At MLB, it's quite good. And then on JP, because they don't have it updated on NA, it is E tier. Like if we go quickly, where was it? I saw it earlier. Yeah, like 3 dupes here, E tier, and then with a couple with like MLB, it like still stuck in E tier, but it got bumped up a little bit higher. Where was it? I literally saw it. So this one? No, not that one. I literally saw it not too long ago. But yeah, like just trust me, guys. Just trust me. It is like not super crazy. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so it's like it's better than the free-to-play one we got a while back from like the last story event or two. MLB, but that's basically about it. It's like not even that great. So on global currently it's pretty good, but at the same time guts isn't really that crazy right now. It hasn't gotten the buff yet, so there's no real reason to go out of your way for it, in my opinion. So I'd say the only thing really worth pulling for on this banner or this upcoming, not patch, but you know, these banners would be for the Uma for Fuji here. But at the same time, since we're getting some Marzinski relatively soon, like actually like really soon, I'd say you're perfectly fine and just skip it out if you really want to. But at the same time, if you do want the Uma, go ahead, have fun, have at it, go get her. Otherwise, save your carrots for Summer Marzinski, as well as Christmas Aguri cap, which might be around, honestly, low-key might be like January from how things are looking. But yeah, with that being said, hope this video guys helps you guys out. And look if you guys summon if you guys are planning to summon for any of these banners. Let me know how it goes down below. But with that being said, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace and take care, everybody.